This is Papa Bear. I'm true to this, not new to this. Everybody want to know, can you make money as a trucker? You'll make a decent living, about 100,000 plus a year. That's decent these days. But with the cost of living and everything, that's starting to look kind of scary too, because you got to realize, although you got to send money home, you still got to have enough money to take care of yourself. And if you're spending, if you're out 2 weeks, you can spend up to $500 a week just in eating alone. That's if you don't have any other ways to mitigate your food issue or eating issue. Then you got to take baths, but there's a way around that too. Okay, when you drive out there, if you're getting fuel every day, now when you get fuel, you fill up, you get points on your card, and you get showers. Okay, so you can mitigate that. But you still got to do laundry every week or twice a week or whatever, depending on how many clothes you got. But eating is the one thing that you can't get around. You're going to spend that money, and the price of eating while you're on the road has gone up dramatically since the time I was out there, out like that years ago, dramatically. And it's if you ain't got a significant other that's really got your back at home, and she's handling things at home, and you can handle things, break it up, or do it whatever way y'all need to do it so y'all can handle things at home, you're going to be out there. You're going to be gone 2 weeks before you come home. That's at a minimum 2 weeks. Then you come home for 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. And trust me, that don't seem like enough time. Okay? But if you feel like you can handle it, and I handle it as long as I could, do what you got to do. You still need a job. You still got to eat. Your family's got to eat. You got to do what you got to do until you can find something that works for you that's better. Okay? There's always something better than what you're doing. You just got to find out what it is. A lot of loneliness. Okay? And I like trucking because I didn't like people standing over my shoulder being total ding-dongs. Okay? And I just don't like people standing over my shoulder. I just don't like it. And all up in my face and all that. I don't like that. That's a very dangerous situation for everybody. I just don't like it. But other than that, it's trucking. It's like any other job. You can make a living from it, but you're not going to get rich. Okay? You're not going to get rich as a trucker unless you own 3 or 4 trucks. You might get mid-range, but with all the expenses that come out in trucking, it's not going to look good. Okay? Because your fuel every day for 3 or 4 trucks is going to be up there, and with the way the fuel prices are, you're going to be spending a lot of money on fuel. That's one of your biggest money consumers is fuel. The next one is repairs. Okay, if you stay on top of your repairs and oil changes and stuff, that can be mitigated to a degree, but there's always some of those things that happen that you don't expect to happen. Okay, and stuff. But you can't do nothing about the stuff that you can't do anything about because you didn't know it was going to happen until it happens. And then sometimes those are really expensive, okay, and everything. Then the brokers, if you're owner operator, the brokers or the people you're running for, they don't want to pay you right. Because now you got the brokers getting their money, and now you got the company getting their money, and then whatever it was going to look like, it ain't going to look like that. You might as well be running company. But if you're running and you with the broker and you're just running from the broker, he's going to get his off the top. And a lot of time these brokers will lowball you. So you got to talk to them. I can't run for that. You see what I'm saying? But you got to remember, one that you don't run for, don't take, somebody else will. Because there's always going to be some knucklehead going to lowball you. If everybody could come together, all the owner operators could come together, we could manage this thing where people could pay us the way we should. But we're not going to do that. We're not built like that. Okay? And I have no problem working with other people. I have no problem talking to brokers and stuff. I've had meet some pretty decent brokers. But if the company ain't willing to pay, or if the rate is already low, the broker only got what he got to work with. And that's what he's going to present to you. Because the broker's got to make money too. And who you going to get mad with? You know, if the system is already fixed, how can you change it? You can't. You just try to get the best rate that you can for the load that you're pulling. And not saying there ain't no good rates out there. There are some good rates. They're just not as consistent as they used to be. Okay? The port, all that stuff is just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And everything with the price of fuel. It's like nobody sees that the cost of living is going up, but nobody wants to raise anybody's pay. And stuff like that, and it's always the guy on the bottom, no matter what job you're doing, is catching hell, okay? Trying to survive with the cost of living and expenses and housing and car payments and stuff like that. What can you do except keep on the grind? That's all you can do is keep on the grind and stuff, so you don't lose what you've already accumulated. So trucking can provide you with a decent living. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that because I'm doing it as long as I have, and I have made really, really good money with trucking. Okay, but it's not consistent. Okay, it's just not as consistent as it should be. With all this freight out here, it should be paying, well, a lot better than what it's paying. But you got a lot of greedy people out there, a lot of greedy companies. And they're not trying to help you make money. They want to make the money, but they don't want to help you make money. Or they lowball you on some loads, and you're like, well, how the hell you expect me to pull this for that? And all the time, I'm sorry. Don't pay the bills. Don't pay the bills. I'm not mad at them for sitting in the office pressing a button or whatever. But make it good for everybody. Okay, it's too much freight out here for folks to be going home with a stupid check, and then have to be out there weeks at a time dealing with the foolishness that's out here on the road. Okay, well, you have to draw your own conclusions on that. Me personally, second best job I ever had, maybe third best job I ever had. Okay. And because I like the solitude, I like the travel. You know what I'm saying? I like being on the road. I like the just doing it. Just being out there. And it's not so much me being in competition with the other driver. I don't really care what the other driver doing. All I care about what I'm doing, and I'm being treated right by the people that I'm work for or leased on to or whatever. But people don't know how to act. You try to work with folks and they look at you like you don't know nothing. Why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't driving your own truck? Because I don't want to drive my own truck. What difference does it make to you as long as I'm doing the work? Idiot. Get your head out. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Do what you need to do. There's people in their stupidity. Just ridiculous. And that's what it looks like to me. Because if I'm ever talking to you and I look at you and pause and look at you real hard, yeah, you's a dumbass. Okay? I'm done with you. Okay? Simple as that. Yeah, because I'm going to walk away at that point because I don't need to talk to people like that. Okay? The more I talk, the dumber I get. The more I talk to you, the dumber I get. Okay? Yeah, that ain't going to work. Okay? So, yeah, people that know me know when I look at you like that, the conversation is pretty much over because I'm not going to do stupid. Okay? And you're supposed to be a full-grown individual. And you stand here asking me dumb questions. Okay? But anyway, it is what it is. Individuals can take it like that any way they want to. I really don't care. But you just got to draw it out for yourself. A job is like any other job out here. Trucking, working a garbage man, Hardee's, it's a job. And the job is you get made for you to get money so you can pay your bills. That's it. Trade your time at home for money to pay your bills. All the time you got. And a lot of people work a lot of overtime. And that's anybody. It's just a job. Now, what you do with it, and if you can make it bigger and better, good for you. Put it out here for all the other folks that out here can learn how to do it too. Don't be selfish. Share the wealth, okay? And everything. But it's a job. I liked it for my reasons I liked it. You might like it for the reasons that you like it, okay? I'm not saying don't go be a trucker. You know, there's downsides to every situation, to every industry out here. You know, it just depends on how you work it, how you look at it. You can't worry about what the next man think or what somebody else think of you when you're doing what you need to do for you. Okay? So just stick to your guns if that's what you want to do. God bless you. Do the damn thing. And be all that you can be. To my boys out there trucking, this is Papa Bear. I'm true to this, not new to this. I love y'all. Y'all keep it between the lines. And talk to you later. Peace.